Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Today's topic is accounting concepts. Make sure you subscribe our channel so you don't miss any update on channel. So now let's begin with the topic accounting concepts. We'll start with introduction. The word accounting concept means general idea. So how we can record the books of accounts so that we have to get a accurate results or exact results. Accounting concepts are the necessary assumptions, conditions, postulates upon which accounting is based. So, accounting concepts are the guiding principles which will help us, the businessman, to record the books of accounts properly so that the business has to get the accurate results of the business. So these are nothing but these are assumptions, conditions which are helpful to the businessman while recording the business transactions in the books of accounts. So these are the guiding factors which will help the businessman while recording the books of accounts. So accounting concepts are generally accepted accounting principles or practices. So what is followed by our forefathers while recording the books of accounts, those rules, regulations, those concepts we are following. So these are nothing but generally accepted accounting principles or practices. Those are accepted by all the people, all the businessmen who are recording the books of accounts. While recording the books of accounts, if we take proper care these accounting concepts, then whatever the books of accounts we are preparing, those will give exact results or accurate results. So all the accounting concepts are classified into 10 types or 10 major accounting concepts. One is separate entity concept, or it is also called as business entity concept. Second is going concern concept. Third is money measurement concept. Fourth is accounting period concept. Fifth is cost concept. Sixth is dual aspect concept. Seventh is accrual concept. Eighth is matching concept. Ninth, realization concept. And last, objective evidence concept. Now we will study in detail one by one concept. So the first accounting concept is separate or business entity concept. So according to this particular concept, we means businessman will differentiate business and businessman are different entity. Business is different from businessman. According to this concept, owners of the business and the business itself are two independent and separate entities. So what it tells, business is different from businessman. The business transactions are separate from personal transactions of the owner. So when the business is different from businessman, the transactions which are related to business are only recorded in the books of accounts. The transactions which are related to the person or owner as a personal, they are not recorded in the books of accounts. So according to this business entity concept, take an example, capital. So capital is the funds which is contributed by the businessman to the business. So capital is shown in the balance sheet as a liability. It means that business has to repay the businessman the amount which he has invested in order to start the business. So why it is? Because business entity concept. Business is different from businessman. The capital is brought by or invested by the businessman in the business. But in future, business has to repay that capital amount to the businessman. Second example, we can take an example, drawing. So what is drawing? Drawing means the cash or goods belongs to the business used by the businessman for personal use. So these drawings we will call as personal use of goods and cash of business. So therefore these have no place in the books of accounts. Therefore we are considering here that that drawings are deducted from the capital. Why? Because the capital is the amount which business has to pay to the businessman, and drawings are the amount or goods which belongs to the business used by the businessman. So we are deducting drawings from the capital, means whatever business has to pay to a businessman in the form of capital, by deducting the drawings, the goods or cash used by the businessman for personal purpose, we are deducting. It means business and businessman are separate, or we will call it as business entity concept or separate entity concept. It means business is different from businessman. That is more important. Second concept is going concern concept. Whenever we are considering that any business is established, that business is established and the business is going to be run its activities for a long period of time. The business will continue to operate for a long period of time in future. So when we are establishing the business will remain for a long period of time. That is, we can consider in our mind. Every business has its continuity and it will not be dissolved in future. So when we are establishing business for long future period. So that is important. Example, long-term contracts with other parties. Therefore, when a company is entering contracts with other parties, they are entering in the long period. Take an example, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, like that. Loans from banks and financial institutions. Whatever the loans we are taken from banks or financial institutions, which are taken for a long-term loans. Even short-term loans we are taking, but long-term loans also we are taking from the banks and financial institutions. So according to this concept, the business will remain in activity and it will repay its principal and interest in future long period. Then next, investment in long-term security. When the business is investing its funds in the long-term securities, again it is going concern concept. The business will remain in active for a long period of time. So we are investing the funds in the business. Then depreciation on fixed assets. So whatever the fixed assets are there, those we are using on that. We means business money charging the depreciation. The fixed assets we are using more than 1 year. Those assets we are using more than 1 year, we will call as fixed assets. And current assets, those we are making use for short period of time within 1 year. So fixed assets are deducted with the depreciation because we are using the fixed assets. Example, machinery, building, furniture for long period, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, etc. So going concern concept explains us the business will running its business for a long period of time. It is going on continuously doing the business. The third important concept is money measurement concept. So we consider that every transaction which we are recording in the books of accounts, those are expressed in monetary terms. The only monetary transactions are recorded in the books of accounts which are related to the business. So this is the main point, because money measurement concept explains the transactions which are expressed in monetary terms are only recorded in the books of accounts. The transactions which are not measured in monetary terms, they have no place in the books of accounts. Every business transaction is recorded in terms of money. So in India, we may say rupees. If we are business in USA, we can say their currency, that is US dollar. If we are doing in other countries, their currency we can consider as money terms. The assumption under money measurement concept enables to have a common measure in terms of money. So money is a common measure which we can consider. For example, purchase of furniture, machinery, stationery, etc. is measured in terms of money. Take an example. We purchased a furniture for rupees 50,000. We purchased a machinery for 5 lakhs. We purchased a stationery items around 500. So here money, the whatever items we are purchasing, those are expressed in common measure, that is money term. So in the books of accounts we are recording the transactions in the money term. They can be easily recorded in the books of accounts. Non-monetary events cannot be recorded in the books of accounts. As I have told you, non-money transactions have no place in the books of accounts. Example, breakdown of machinery. When the machinery is breakdown, then definitely the loss to the organization, so that we cannot put in the books of accounts. Strike of employees, because of strike of employees the organization has to suffer loss, that cannot be put in the books of accounts. Pandemic situation, so whatever the loss suffered by the business or the effect of pandemic situation on the business, we cannot record those in the books of accounts. Breakdown of machinery, strike of employees, pandemic situation, definitely these are having their impact on the business, but they cannot be expressed in monetary terms, so we cannot record these transactions in the books of accounts. Only transactions which are expressed in monetary terms, which belongs to the business, are recorded in the books of accounts. Fourth concept is accounting period concept. So accounting period concept means whatever the books of accounts we are preparing, especially final accounts, profit and loss account, trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet, those are prepared for specific intervals. Say for example 12 months. So we are generally preparing the books of accounts for 1 year. The accounting period is generally for 12 months. It may be financial year from 1st April to 31st March next year, calendar year from 1st January to December. It may be for 3 months, quarter, it may be for 6 months, half an year. So these books of accounts we are maintaining, these we are preparing for 12 months, means 1 year, half year 6 months, quarter 3 months, or even monthly, to know the financial position of the business during that particular period. To know the time results of the business in order to calculate how much profit we are earned, how much tax we have to pay to the government, and we have to submit certain reports to the regulators and government agencies. For that particular purpose, whatever the books of accounts are there, those accounts we are preparing for a specific period. So according to going concern concept, the business is running continuously, but within that we can consider that specific months, especially generally 1 year, we are preparing by considering the financial year, and we are preparing the books of accounts to know the financial position, whether the organization is earning the profit or suffering the loss, or what are the exact financial position of the business. So this is accounting period concept. We can prepare the books of accounts for 1 month, 3 months, half year, 6 months, and 1 year. Generally we are preparing books of accounts for 1 year, and we want to consider those. Fifth one is cost concept. As per this concept, cost of an asset is recorded in the books of accounts at the price paid to acquire it, including overheads like transportation and installation charges, if any. So according to cost concept, while recording the books of accounts, the businessman has to write the value of an asset in the books, whatever the purchase price he has paid to acquire those particular asset. Take an example. Mr. X is a businessman. He purchased the asset machinery for 5 lakh rupees, and that the value of that particular machinery is shown in the books of accounts as 5 lakh. And after purchasing that, after 6 months or after 1 year or 2 year, if the value of that particular asset has increased, that we are not considering, because we have to record according to this concept whatever the price we are paid to acquire that particular asset, that is to be recorded. Again, in that we are adding certain transportation charges. So we are bringing that particular machinery from manufacturer to our side, that is transportation expenses. Then installation charges, when we are installing that particular machinery properly. So some installation charges, again we have to explain, those are added to the machineries account, and that we will call as total cost of an asset. The assets are not recorded at the market price. Whatever the asset we are purchased, what is the market price on the date of the record we are making, that we are not considering. The price which we are purchased, that we are considering. Example, fixed assets like land, building, plant, machinery, furniture, etc. are recorded in the books of accounts at their cost price. Means the price which we are paid to purchase or acquire those particular assets, those are shown in the books of accounts. The present price we are not showing, because these assets are used by the businessman for a long period of time. Next important point relating to cost concept is fixed assets are shown in the books of accounts at the cost price less depreciation. So obviously the fixed assets we are purchasing, we are using for a long period, so depreciation is charged, and we are recording in the books of accounts cost price minus amount of depreciation is recorded. Market price we are not considering. Sixth concept is dual aspect concept. So according to this concept, every business transaction has two aspects. One is debit aspect, another one is credit aspect. Every transaction has two important parts, debit side and credit side, or debit and credit. Every transaction a business entity enters into has a dual effect. So we are following double entry system of bookkeeping. So every transaction has double effect. Example, assets is equal to owner's fund. Owner's fund means capital and reserve plus liabilities. Owner's fund is equal to assets minus liabilities. So whatever the transactions we are recording, those transactions are double effects or dual effects, or two aspects, debit and credit, that we have to take into consideration. Accrual concept. So seventh one is the accrual concept. As per this concept, occurrence of the claim and obligation in respect of incomes or expenditures, assets assets or liabilities, etc. are recorded through actual receipts or payment of money have taken place. So according to accrual concept, so while recording the books of accounts, we are considering whether the money received or receivable, whether it is paid or payable, that we have to consider. We should not consider only cash received, then we have to write that is cash concept, that we cannot consider. Here books of accounts while maintaining, we have to consider the actual accrual concept, means due but not paid, due but not received, prepaid, postpaid, etc. transactions we have to consider. The incomes and expenses need to be recognized as and when they are earned and incurred, whether the money is actually received, paid in this regard. So here accrual concept, if salary belongs to the March, means the salary of March is generally paid in the next month, April. So while we are closing the books of account on 31st March, the March salary, take an example 50,000, that is to be shown in the balance sheet as outstanding salary. Actually when we are making the payment of salary in the month of April, but in the March we are considering it is the salary which is belongs to the March, that we can consider. Actually we are making the payment in the April, but in the books of accounts we are writing in the March that outstanding salary rupees 50,000, that is accrual basis. Next one is matching concept. It emphasizes that revenue earned and expenditure incurred must belong to the same accounting period to ascertain the surplus or deficit, means profit or loss made by the business entity during accounting period. It is necessary that the costs incurred are matched with the revenue earned during that accounting period. So according to matching concept, what we have to consider, the incomes and expenses we are considering for the period that we can consider. All the incomes and all the expenses of a particular period we have to take together. We cannot do like that. We have to consider the income of one period and we have to consider the expenses of other period. If we are doing like that, then the results whatever we are getting are not accurate. So what we have to do, whatever the income we are considering for that period, all the expenses we have to consider so that we can get a exact results. Example, in accounting period 2019-20 means 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020. In books of accounts, we are recording all the transactions related between 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020, where we are recording all the expenses, all the income, expenses, as well as revenue, spendings, etc. We are recording the incomes also for that period. Means from 1st April 2019 to 31st March 2020 are taken into consideration. Means the expense we are taking into consideration from 1st April 2019 up to 31st March 2020. The expenses also we have to consider for the same period. Means 1st April 2019 to up to 31st March 2020. It means that the expenses and the income belongs to the same period we have to consider so as to arrive at the exact results. Next one is realization concept. According to this concept, revenue need to be accounted for only when it is realized or it has become certain that the revenue will be realized. So when, according to this concept, when the revenue we are realized means we are received, that we can consider, or we are definitely receiving in the future, that should be considered. Example, cash sales. When we are considering making the cash sales, cash is received immediately, goods are sold, cash is received. So revenue is realized immediately. But if it is credit sales, cash is not received immediately, but goods are delivered to the customer. So here also it is realization concept that we can show in the books of accounts as debtors, because credit sales, some portion of the transaction is completed and that the delivery of goods has taken place and the businessman has to receive the money of credit sales, that is debtors, in the future according to the terms and conditions of credit sale. So it is realization concept. We are in cash sales, cash is received, goods are delivered. And in credit sales, cash is not received. Cash is going to be received in future, but goods are delivered. But the businessman is definite that he is going to receive the money which he has sold goods to the customer on credit basis. So that is realization concept. Last one is objective evidence concept. According to this concept, all the business related transactions should be shown with the help of certain evidence that must be there. Take an example, invoice, receipts, memos, etc. Whatever the transactions we are recording, while we are recording, some necessary proof must be there, some necessary evidence must be there. Based on that evidence, we are entering the transactions into the books of accounts. These documents act as evidence for the business transaction. All these documents we can consider as evidence in the future. Example, purchase of stationery. So if we are purchased the stationery, then we have to ask the what we are prepared and the invoice or bill of that. That is necessary. Purchase stationery only if we are recorded. Purchase stationery 500 rupees. But we are not shown the bill. Then it is creates some doubt in the minds of the any people. So therefore what we have to do, we have to attach, we have to consider the invoice. So in stationery what we are purchased, we are purchased paper, we are purchased pencils, we are purchased erasers, we are purchased gums, we are purchased cis pencils or any other items we are purchased. All those details with rate and the total amount and the invoice or receipt of that particular from whom we are purchased that particular store, that is necessary, and based on that we are recording. So whenever any person want to in detail, especially auditors, we can show. So this is the invoice from where we are purchased. Take an example, XY stationery stores. So what we are purchased, the detail is there in the bill, that invoice. So it is necessary. Thank you. Like the video, subscribe the channel, comment for improvement, share the video so the students in need can be benefited. Thank you.